My beloved child, listen with me right now. Do not blink, do not move, do not scroll, because the moment you open this message, the entire spiritual atmosphere around your life detonated with a force that heaven has been holding back for months, and Archangel Michael stepped forward, gripping the blazing sword of truth as he whispered the most terrifying line you have ever heard. Your deceased parent sent the final financial code, and if you fail to decode it now, the destiny amount marked as your $10,000 energy will collapse into the hands of the shadow that has been stalking your prosperity for years. And God Himself commands you to pause for the next few moments, because He is about to reveal something He has never revealed to you before, something that will force your spirit to rise violently out of poverty timeline, something that will make your fictional enemy tremble and lose their grip over your destiny forever. And before I reveal anything, heaven requires you to do one thing. Say it softly in your heart: I will listen until the end. Because the amount of transformation locked inside this message is too powerful to drop halfway. Now let me ask you the first question that heaven is placing in front of you, a question that will decide whether your financial fate will rise or collapse in the next 48 hours. Why do you think the number 10,000 follows you in strange moments? Why do you think you see repeating numbers at random? Why do you feel sudden bursts of intuition without reason? Why do you sense that someone on the other side is trying to reach you through symbols, codes, moments, and emotional pressure? Because, my beloved child, your deceased parent has been sending you the same message for weeks, but your mind was too busy, your heart too overwhelmed, and your spirit too exhausted to notice. And now God refuses to let you miss it this time, so He dragged your eyes here, pulled your soul into this frequency, and placed this video in front of you at the exact second your timeline cracked open and the wealth window activated. And Michael says, the fictional enemy who blocked your prosperity used a secret formula against you, the same psychological algorithm that powerful minds like Musk learned to override. And now heaven is releasing the counter formula, the one that breaks their influence and awakens the wealth identity inside her that has been asleep for years. My beloved child, listen deeper, because this is where your story turns into something cosmic, something terrifying, something destiny-altering. God shows me the exact moment your deceased parent crossed dimensions holding a glowing sphere of divine numbers, an encrypted financial destiny code meant only for you, and inside that sphere was the symbol 10,000. Not as money, not as cash, not as income, but as the measure of your spiritual capacity to manifest and multiply opportunity. And the second they tried to deliver it, the fictional enemy intercepted your path, whispering fear into your chest, distracting you with noise, scattering your intuition, blocking your clarity, clouding your confidence, and delaying the activation of your destiny. And now Michael reveals the truth that breaks open the entire spiritual architecture around your wealth. They never stole your money, they stole your moment. But heaven has declared a reversal, an override, an acceleration, and a cosmic retrieval. And now you are about to receive what was denied. But before the wealth energy unlocks, you must witness the most important scene heaven has hidden from you for years. God shows you sitting in a timeline room, a massive hall with thousands of doors, each door representing a destiny path you could have lived. And suddenly one door begins glowing violently. It is labeled the 48-hour window of return. And Michael says, when this door glows, the fictional enemy panics, because it means her abundance is no longer approaching, it is arriving. My beloved child, a huge energy shift is hitting you right now. Your chest may feel heavy, your hands warm, your breath slower, your mind sharper, because your spirit recognizes this frequency, the same frequency that Musk operates in, the same frequency that top innovators, dreamers, and creators tap into before monumental breakthroughs. But here is the twist: God reveals that your deceased parent did not just send you a code. They sent you their unfinished destiny, something they were meant to accomplish, something they were meant to unlock, something they were meant to multiply but could not. Because of the same shadow that tried to block you, and heaven has now reassigned their breakthrough, their abundance, their inheritance, their elevation to you, and that 10,000 symbol is the first fragment of their restored blessing transferring into your spirit right now. But Michael warns you must hear the next part carefully, because this fictional enemy has launched their final psychological trap to stop you from activating the destiny pattern, and the trap is simple and deadly. They want you to doubt the timing. They want you to fear your rise. They want you to hesitate right now, because hesitation is the only cage strong enough to contain someone whose abundance has already been commanded by heaven. And God says, the moment she hesitates, the shadow wins, but the moment she decides, the blessing hits instantly. And now your deceased parent appears behind Michael, their hand on your shoulder, whispering, "Unlock the code, unlock yourself, unlock your future." And suddenly a vision strikes your spirit like lightning. You see a massive geometric diagram floating in divine space, made of 48 lines, 10 circles, and one glowing core. And Michael says, "This is the pattern of your financial identity. This is the map they never wanted you to see. This is the formula Musk discovered, the formula creators master, the formula your parent tried to hand you before they crossed over. And now God reveals the secret hidden inside the core of that pattern. The person who blocked you never understood you. They only understood your potential and feared it, and the amount 10,000 is simply the first activation signal of your multiplier frequency, meaning your ability to turn small opportunities into massive prosperity was never the problem. Your problem was the emotional interference that cut your spiritual power in half. But now that interference is shattered, and heaven declares the cosmic 48-hour window has opened. And if your fictional enemy tries to whisper hesitation one last time, it will be the last whisper they ever deliver into your destiny, because your parents' code, your divine timing, your wealth identity, and your spiritual authority have now merged into a single unstoppable force. You are stepping into the frequency where breakthroughs chase you, where opportunities seek you, where abundance finds you, and where no shadow, no enemy, no sabotage can block your rise ever again. And Michael ends this message with a line that shakes every realm around your name. The code is not money, the code is you. My beloved child. If this message awakened something inside your spirit, if you felt even one moment where heaven was speaking directly into your destiny, then do not leave without subscribing to this channel, because the next divine revelation will arrive exactly when your soul is ready for it. And I do not want you to miss the message that could break your final blockage and elevate your entire future. Click subscribe now, so Archangel Michael can bring you every warning, every breakthrough, and every destiny signal the moment heaven releases it. My beloved child. The very second you said, "Next part," continue even larger. The spiritual dimension around your destiny did not simply open. It split apart like a cosmic gate being forced wide by heaven itself. And Archangel Michael stepped forward with such overwhelming force that even the fictional shadow who once manipulated your timing collapsed backward into darkness, unable to withstand the frequency your spirit has now entered. Do not scroll, because what I'm about to reveal is the final collapse of the faceless saboteur. The moment they lose control of your financial fate forever. The moment your deceased parents' code activates fully. The moment Elon Musk's symbolic formula merges with your destiny pattern. The moment heaven rewrites your wealth identity into something no enemy, fictional or spiritual, can ever interrupt again. This part is bigger, darker, sharper, and far more dangerous than everything before. Hold your breath. Hold your focus. Because now heaven shows what happens when the fictional saboteur realizes they have lost their power over you. The collapse of the faceless saboteur. In the spiritual realm, this saboteur was never a person. It was a force, a shadow, a psychological parasite, attached to your doubt, your hesitation, your emotional weakness, during vulnerable moments. But now, your frequency has changed so drastically. Your clarity has sharpened so fiercely. Your confidence has risen so explosively that the shadow begins to shrink. The moment your 10,000 symbol destiny energy activates, heaven shows the saboteur attempting their three oldest weapons: confusion, self-doubt, fear of failure. But each weapon collapses mid-air, before it even touches your aura. Because your deceased parent's final code has now locked itself inside your spiritual circuitry. And Michael shouts, echoing across realms, what once controlled her can no longer reach her. The saboteur tries again, whispering that old voice. Don't risk it. What if you're wrong? What if it doesn't work? You don't deserve abundance. But for the first time, your mind does not react. Your emotions do not sink. Your spirit does not bend. Instead, something new happens. Your intuition glows. Your confidence ignites. Your destiny resists the shadow automatically. This is the moment of collapse. This is the moment the saboteur realizes they have lost you. The cosmic confrontation. Heaven shows a scene. You stand in a massive chamber of mirrors, each mirror reflecting a timeline you could have lived. The saboteur appears behind you. No face, no voice, only a trembling silhouette. They step forward to take control. One last time. Their fingers stretch toward you, to anchor doubt into your spine. The same trick that once froze your destiny. But this time, Archangel Michael appears behind you, like a tower of blazing sapphire, placing his hand on your shoulder, and declaring, she is no longer available for any form of spiritual manipulation. At that exact moment, your deceased parent enters the chamber from the opposite side, holding the final fragment of your financial code, a radiant sigil pulsing with destiny. When they press this sigil into your spirit, the entire chamber erupts with light so intense that the saboteur begins disintegrating, their form breaking into shards of shadow, shrieking silently as their control dissolves, like ash caught in cosmic flames. And God Himself speaks. The shadow that stood against you has no future in your timeline. This is the absolute end of every inner blockage that once controlled your choices. Your spirit cannot be touched. Your intuition cannot be hijacked. Your abundance cannot be delayed. Your destiny cannot be interfered with. Your timing cannot be poisoned. Your momentum cannot be slowed. You have risen beyond the reach of every fictional enemy that ever existed in your storyline. The moment your destiny rewrites itself, heaven now shows the most powerful scene yet. A massive book with blank pages, slowly writing your future. In golden divine ink. Line by line, word by word. Your new fate is being written. Without the shadow's interference. What was once blocked is now flowing. What was once delayed is now accelerating. What was once sabotaged is now secured. What was once tangled is now aligned. And Michael whispers the sentence that will define the next season of your life. Her wealth will no longer be a possibility. It is now an inevitable reality. This is the shift. This is the rebirth. This is your ascension point. This is the divine override. This is the moment your entire financial destiny snaps open. Like a cosmic lock breaking under heavenly force. Your parents' code is active. Your timeline is repaired. Your flow is unlocked. Your shadow is defeated. Your mind is free. Your rise is inevitable. And heaven ends this part with one final echoing decree. The era of her limitation is over. If you want the next part, even larger, even more massive, where heaven reveals the activation of your new financial identity and the signs it will appear in your real life this week. Just say, next part continue even larger. My beloved child. The very moment you said, next part continue even larger without star emoji, the entire spiritual dimension shifted again, not softly, not gradually, but with the force of 1,000 locked doors exploding open at once, revealing the next and most dangerous revelation so far. The activation of your new financial identity. And the exact real-life signs that will appear in the coming days. Confirming that your destiny shift is no longer spiritual theory. It is physical reality moving toward you like a storm of abundance. That cannot be stopped, slowed, or redirected by any enemy, fictional or shadow-born. Do not scroll. Do not blink. Do not let your attention break for even 1 second. Because what I am about to reveal is the moment where heaven rewrites who you are financially, emotionally, spiritually, energetically. And the shadow that once controlled your timing is now powerless to interfere. This part is larger, deeper, sharper, and far more life-altering than anything before. Your breath will change. Your heartbeat will shift. Your intuition will scream in recognition. Because this is not a message anymore. This is an activation. The birth of your new financial identity. Heaven shows a massive sphere of golden circuitry floating behind your name. This circuitry has been dark for years. Not broken, not corrupted. Just waiting for the exact moment when your spirit would rise enough to handle the power inside it. And now it is lighting up. Line by line. Pattern by pattern. As Archangel Michael speaks with thunder. Her old financial self is dead. Your deceased parent appears beside him, placing their hand over the glowing circuitry. And the entire sphere bursts open into a radiant pattern. Made of decisions you haven't made yet. Opportunities you haven't reached yet. And wealth you haven't touched yet. But now will. Your new financial identity is not a mindset. It is not a feeling. It is not a wish. It is a spiritual operating system. Installed by heaven itself. That changes how money finds you. How intuition speaks to you. How timing aligns with you. And how opportunities respond to your presence. Michael declares. She will no longer search for abundance. Abundance will search for her. This is the first sign. This is the shift. Now heaven reveals the 3 real-world signs you will experience in the coming days, proving that your identity has transformed, and that the fictional saboteur's influence has vanished from your timeline forever. Sign 1: the sudden internal reaction. You will feel something unfamiliar yet powerful inside your spirit. A sudden spark, a surge, a pulse of clarity. It might happen while waking up, while thinking about your future, while walking, or even doing something ordinary. This feeling is the first manifestation of your new financial operating system. A moment where you suddenly think, I can do more. I will rise. I deserve better. I'm ready now. This is the exact opposite of the hesitation the saboteur once fed you. This is your new identity waking up. Heaven calls this the quickening. When this happens, understand that your soul is announcing itself to every timeline connected to your destiny. Sign 2: the material world mirrors you. Within the next few days, you will notice something strange. Money, opportunity, information, or possibility appearing out of nowhere. Not because you asked for it. Not because you chased it. But because your new identity is pulling reality toward you. It may appear as an unexpected message, a financial idea, a new connection, a job or offer, a business thought, a sudden solution, a random opportunity, a repeated number pattern, a powerful intuition. These are not coincidences. These are echoes from the timeline. Your new identity just activated. Even seeing the number 10, 100, or 10,000 is confirmation that the fictional enemy has lost. And your destiny is now steering itself forward, without interference. Sign 3: the shadow's final mirror. This is the most dangerous sign. And the most powerful. Right before your abundance arrives, you will feel a moment of old fear, old doubt, old noise. But only for a second. It is not you. It is not your mind. It is not your weakness. It is the leftover echo of the saboteur being pulled out of your system, once and for all. This echo cannot hurt you. It cannot influence you. It cannot delay you. It is the psychological smoke from a spiritual structure that just collapsed behind you. Michael says, when the shadow echoes, the blessing enters. So if an old doubt flickers, smile, because it means your new identity has overridden the last piece of your past, and your future is now clear. The moment everything snaps into alignment, heaven now shows a vision so powerful your heart may tremble. You stand in a massive chamber of shifting gears, each gear representing timing, opportunity, confidence, money, intuition, alignment, and forward motion. For years these gears turned separately, never matching, never syncing, never aligning, because the saboteur kept them out of rhythm. But now, all gears slam into perfect synchronization at the same moment, with a deafening cosmic snap. That snap is the sound of destiny being fulfilled. That snap is the death of your financial stagnation. That snap is the birth of your new identity. That snap is the sign heaven has taken over. And God Himself declares, she is no longer guided by fear. She is guided by fate. My beloved child, you are stepping into the identity you were always meant to carry. A destiny too large for the shadow, too bright for the enemy, too powerful for delay, too sacred for sabotage. Your new self has awakened. Your new voice has risen. Your new path has opened. Your abundance is already moving toward you. This is the activation. This is the elevation. This is who you are now. If you want the next part, the most massive, the most explosive, the one where heaven reveals the exact moment your reality will shift, and the day your fortune begins to manifest, just say, next part continue even larger. My beloved child. The instant you said, next part continue even larger, the spiritual realm did not simply respond. It roared, as if every angel assigned to your destiny suddenly turned their attention toward you at the same time. Because what comes next is the heaviest, most reality-altering revelation heaven has been waiting to release. The exact moment your real-life fortune begins to manifest. The day your reality shifts permanently. And the one sign that proves your destiny has activated. In the physical world, not just spiritually. Do not scroll. Because this is the part the fictional saboteur never wanted you to hear. This is the part your deceased parent struggled to deliver before crossing over. This is the part Archangel Michael guarded until your spirit was strong enough to carry it. This is not a prediction. This is not a possibility. This is not a metaphor. This is a timeline revelation. And once you hear it, your life will never return to the version it was before. The day destiny takes control of your reality. Heaven shows a glowing timeline. A long, golden thread stretching into the future. Most of the thread is dim, barely lit. Because for years your destiny was operating under the interference of hesitation, fear, and the fictional shadow that manipulated your timing. But suddenly, one section of the thread erupts into a burst of white gold fire. That point, that moment, that fiery section of your timeline is the exact day your physical reality shifts. Michael calls it the day of earthly alignment. This is the day when all the spiritual activation you experienced finally enters the world of matter. Your finances, your decisions, your opportunities, your relationships, your intuition, your destiny. And heaven says something shocking. Most people never reach this day because their spirit collapses before it arrives. But you have crossed the threshold. Your activation is complete. The fictional saboteur is defeated. Your identity is rewritten. Your path is cleared. Your destiny is accelerating. This day is not far in the future. It is not years away. It is not a distant prophecy. It is imminent. It is near. It is within reach. Heaven reveals. Your day of earthly alignment occurs the moment 3 real-world signs appear within the same 72-hour window. Now I will reveal those signs. Brace yourself. Sign 1, the unnatural stillness. At some point in the coming days, you will experience a sudden silence. Not around you, but inside you. Your thoughts will stop. Your anxiety will vanish. Your fear will dissolve. You will feel an unfamiliar calm. For a few minutes. This is not normal. This is not coincidence. This is not just a mood. It is the moment heaven resets your frequency to match the destiny that has already been written for you. This stillness is the first confirmation that your reality is bending toward abundance. Sign 2, the destiny interruption. Something unexpected will happen. A message. A call. A number. A suggestion. An idea. A person entering or leaving. A shift in your thoughts. A sudden realization. It won't be small. It won't feel random. It will feel like someone touched your timeline with their finger and redirected your path. This interruption is not a disruption. It is a correction. Heaven is closing the wrong doors and pulling you toward the right ones. This is the second sign that your day of earthly alignment is nearing activation. Sign 3, the return of a lost energy. This is the most profound sign. The moment this happens, your timeline ignites instantly. Heaven shows that something in you was taken, suppressed, or silenced long ago. Your confidence, your creativity, your ambition, your intuition, your hunger for success, your inner power. This energy will suddenly return. In a way that shocks even you. You will feel a pulse of strength. A surge of clarity. A spark of fire. You haven't felt in years. This is not motivation. It is not adrenaline. This is the return of your destiny power. The energy the fictional saboteur tried to bury. Under fear and hesitation. Once this energy snaps back into place, your entire reality follows. This is the final sign. Before your day of earthly alignment arrives. The exact moment your reality shifts. Heaven reveals something most people never understand. Your fortune does not begin on the day you receive money. Your fortune does not begin on the day opportunity arrives. Your fortune does not begin on the day success appears. Your fortune begins on the day your identity changes. And heaven says, your identity has already changed. Which means, your future has already shifted. Your timelines have already reconnected. Your destiny has already begun accelerating. Your abundance has already started traveling toward you. And Michael declares with finality, she is already standing in the future that she once thought was impossible. Your life is not preparing to change. Your life is changing. Right now. In this moment. In this energy. In this frequency. Your day of earthly alignment is no longer approaching. It is approaching you. When the three signs appear, your destiny snaps open. Instantly. Irreversibly. Powerfully. Unstoppably. Your deceased parent watches over your timeline, guiding every opportunity, and ensuring you never slip backward into the energy you escaped. The fictional enemy is gone. The shadow is defeated. The block is broken. The gate is open. The flow is activated. Your rise is guaranteed. My beloved child. Your new life is not coming. It has already begun. If you want the next part, where heaven reveals the identity of the new energy entering your life, and the role it will play in your financial destiny, just say, next part continue even larger. My beloved child. The very instant you whispered, next part continue even larger. The spiritual fabric around your destiny didn't simply shift. It tore open like a veil being ripped by divine fire. And Archangel Michael stepped forward with a force so enormous that even the remnants of the fictional shadow fled into nothingness. Because what comes next is not just revelation. It is arrival. It is intrusion of destiny into reality. It is the moment heaven unveils the new energy entering your life. An energy chosen, shaped, and positioned to accelerate your financial fate faster than anything you have experienced before. This energy has identity, purpose, assignment, timing, and impact. But before I reveal it, God instructs you. Do not break your focus. Her entire life is being rewritten in this moment. So listen. Do not scroll too fast. Because what I am about to reveal is the exact force that will stand beside your rise for the next chapter of your destiny. The arrival of the new energy. Heaven shows a swirling vortex of gold, blue, and white, forming near your timeline. A presence entering your path. With precision timing, perfect alignment, and unstoppable force. Michael explains. Every destiny shift requires a catalyst. A new energy strong enough to replace the shadow that once controlled her steps. This new energy is not a person, not an angel, not a familiar voice, not a memory. It is a spiritual force with an emotional personality, a guardian frequency, sent to accelerate your rise, protect your timing, guide your decisions, and shield you from interference. This energy has been waiting just outside your field for years, unable to enter, because your identity was not aligned with receiving it. But today, your identity has elevated. Your destiny has aligned. Your blockages have dissolved. Your spirit has awakened. Your timeline has reconnected. Your saboteur has been defeated. So now, the new energy steps in. Michael names it the divine strategist. This strategist is not emotional. It is intelligent, sharp, fast, relentless, cold in precision, warm in guidance, fierce in protection, flawless in timing. It is the same energetic archetype that accompanies innovators, creators, and visionaries before their greatest breakthroughs. It is the force behind perfect decisions, right timing, sudden clarity, and unexplainable success. You are about to experience your first encounter with it. Subtly, unexpectedly, but undeniably. How the divine strategist enters your life. Heaven shows 3 gateways through which this new energy appears. Gateway 1, a thought that doesn't feel like your own. Out of nowhere, you will think something that feels different, sharper, clearer, more strategic, more confident, more aligned. It will feel like, I know exactly what to do now. Or, this path suddenly makes sense. Or, I don't fear this anymore. This is not your mind. It is the strategist entering your consciousness. Gateway 2, a chance that appears with impossible timing. An opportunity, idea, connection, or financial opening will appear with such perfect timing that you will wonder how it lined up so precisely. This is the strategist restructuring your path. Gateway 3, a protection you do not see coming. You will avoid something. A mistake, a loss, a trap, a delay. Not because you planned ahead, but because your intuition suddenly redirected you. This is the strategist shielding your ascent. Why this new energy enters now. Heaven reveals a truth so powerful it shakes timelines. You were never meant to rise alone. You were meant to rise with assistance. But assistance cannot enter a mind clouded by hesitation, a heart weakened by doubt, or a spirit pulled by shadows. Now that you are cleared, the strategist can finally step in. Michael reveals. She is entering the era where opportunity will not need to be chased. It will be engineered for her. This is the impact of the strategist in your life. What this energy will do to your financial destiny. The strategist will begin rearranging your circumstances, redirecting your intuition, and restructuring your path to align you with abundance faster than your human mind can logically understand. This energy will sharpen your decisions, quicken your timing, amplify your intuition, prevent self-sabotage, pull you out of wrong paths, accelerate your wealth direction, stabilize your emotional state, rewire your confidence, magnetize opportunities, dissolve old energetic patterns. Your financial destiny is about to move at a speed your past self could not have handled. Heaven warns. You will feel the acceleration. Do not resist it. This is the shift. This is the rise. This is the moment. Your future starts chasing you. Your deceased parent watches this activation with pride and relief. Because the strategist is the energy they prayed would one day reach you. That day is now. Michael ends this part with a final decree. She will no longer think like her former self. She will think like her future. Your destiny is no longer in preparation mode. Your destiny is in execution mode. Your rise is in motion. Your story is transforming. Your wealth identity is alive. If you want the next part, where heaven reveals the cosmic consequence for any energy that tries to block you from this point forward, just say, next part continue even larger. My beloved child. The moment you whispered, next part continue even larger, the spiritual atmosphere around your destiny did not simply shift, it detonated like a silent explosion only heaven could hear, because what comes next is not guidance, not warning, not prophecy, but enforcement. This is the part Archangel Michael calls the cosmic consequence. Not for you. Not for your lineage. Not for your destiny. But for any fictional force, shadow, or influence that dares to move against the path heaven has activated for you. Listen carefully. Do not blink. Do not scroll too fast. Because this revelation is the reason your future is finally protected at a level you have never experienced before. The cosmic consequence for any energy that tries to block you now. Heaven shows a massive field. A wide, boundless expanse of gold and deep indigo energy, stretching beyond anything the human mind could imagine. At the center of this field, Archangel Michael stands. His presence towering. His wings expanded so far they look like curved horizons. And before him lies the law of the reversed path. A divine mechanism that activates only when someone's destiny has been fully awakened by heaven. This law is simple and terrifyingly powerful. Any force that attempts to block a rising destiny automatically creates the opposite effect and pushes the destiny forward instead. In other words, if a fictional influence tries to delay you, heaven uses that attempt to accelerate you. If it tries to confuse you, heaven uses that attempt to give you clarity. If it tries to weaken you, heaven uses that attempt to strengthen you. If it tries to hide opportunities, heaven uses that attempt to reveal even greater ones. The strategist has entered your life. But now heaven reinforces it. With a cosmic law no shadow can bypass. This is why your path cannot be stopped anymore. The moment the consequence activates, heaven shows 3 sensory signals that tell you the cosmic consequence is now in effect for you. These signals arrive quietly, but their impact is enormous. Sign 1: you feel disconnected from old fears. Not because you overcame them, but because they no longer belong to your identity. They simply fade. You don't fight fear. You outgrow it. That's the strategist restructuring your emotional blueprint. Sign 2: you sense blockages before they form. You will suddenly feel when something is wrong. Before anything goes wrong, a conversation will feel off. A path will feel heavy. A decision will feel cloudy. This is not doubt. It is guidance. The strategist now speaks through intuition, with laser precision. Sign 3: your timing becomes sharp. You will start being at the right place, at the right moment, meeting the right people, seeing the right opportunities, making the right decisions, before you even realize why the timing is perfect. This is what happens when heaven takes command of your momentum. What happens to any future blockages? Heaven reveals something even more dramatic. Blockages no longer appear as obstacles in your path. They appear as redirections. A delay is not a punishment. It is protection. A closed door is not rejection. It is repositioning. A sudden change is not chaos. It is correction. A setback is not loss. It is leverage. The strategist transforms everything that once hindered you into fuel for your rise. The fictional shadow's new limitation. Archangel Michael raises his sword, and heaven shows the shadow attempting to step forward. But a massive barrier of white gold fire erupts in front of it. The shadow tries again. The barrier pushes it back twice as far. It tries a third time. The barrier doesn't just push. It repels, flinging the shadow into a space where it can no longer interfere with the timeline heaven has initiated for you. This is the consequence. Any attempt to block you now accelerates your destiny instead. Nothing can invade your path without being converted into progress, clarity, or opportunity. The moment your deceased parent reacts, heaven reveals a breathtaking scene. Your deceased parent stands behind you, watching the strategist settle into your energy field. Their hand rests gently over your shoulder. Not in sadness, not in fear, but in profound relief. Because for the first time since they crossed over, your parent sees your path fully protected, fully stabilized, fully aligned, and fully activated by forces greater than anything that once tried to slow you down. Your parent whispers, "This time, nothing will stop you." Their blessing is now sealed into the strategist's frequency. The transformation of your future. Heaven shows your future not as a straight line, but as a spiral of accelerated abundance. Each rotation pulling you closer to the breakthrough that belongs to you. Your identity is shifting. Your mindset is sharpening. Your intuition is awakening. Your financial pathway is aligning. Your divine strategist is operating. Your cosmic consequence is active. Your protection is sealed. Your rise is inevitable. And now, as this part concludes, Michael gives you a final decree. She will rise faster than she imagines, because her future has already begun. If you're ready for the next phase, the moment heaven shows, the first financial door that will open for you after this activation, then simply say, next part continue even larger. My beloved child. The moment you said, next part continue even larger, heaven did not expand your script, heaven expanded your destiny. This next part is not just larger. It is heavier, deeper, sharper, and more dangerous to the forces that once tried to limit you. Because what Michael is about to reveal now is something no one is ever prepared to hear the first time. The first financial door that opens after your destiny is activated. Do not scroll quickly. Do not blink. Listen with your entire spirit. Because after this moment, your financial timeline will never look the same again. The door that opens when heaven decides you are ready. Heaven shows a massive structure. Not a door made of wood. Not a door made of metal. But a door made of timing. Your parent in heaven stands beside it. Archangel Michael stands behind it. The strategist stands within it. This is the door of authorized increase. It does not open because you want it. It does not open because you pray. It does not open because you hope. It opens only when heaven decides. Now their spirit can carry prosperity without breaking. And today, my child, heaven has declared that moment for you. The first sign the door is opening. The moment before a financial door opens always looks like collapse. You feel irritation, pressure, exhaustion, strange setbacks, sudden losses, emotional heaviness, unexpected conflicts, temporary confusion. These are not punishments. These are cleansings. Michael whispers. When the old energy refuses to leave, heaven forces it out. That pressure you felt recently? That was not life falling apart. That was the old financial energy being drained. So the new flow could enter without resistance. The door is not a job. Not a person. Not a gift. Not a miracle. The door is momentum. Once it activates, opportunities begin moving toward you, instead of away from you. You don't chase. You don't beg. You don't knock. Things begin appearing. Effortlessly. Unexpectedly. Precisely. This is the strategist's first move. The financial code your parent reveals at the threshold. Your deceased parent steps forward, holding something small. So small you almost miss it. A symbol. A sequence. A pattern. A code. Not a number. But a principle. One that Elon Musk. One that wealthy thinkers. One that every self-made success uses instinctively. Heaven names it the law of disruptive alignment. Meaning, every time your life breaks pattern, your finances break upward. Every time something shifts suddenly, your opportunities multiply. Every time a comfort zone collapses, a higher zone of abundance appears. Your parent whispers, "You were never losing. You were being redirected toward what was aligned with you." This is why nothing stable stayed stable. This is why certain people disappeared. This is why old paths dried up. This is why certain doors closed violently. Heaven was removing everything that could not support the wealth rising to meet you. The first door is not money, it's a person. Heaven reveals the truth. Your increase comes through someone who holds a key you don't know they carry yet. Not someone powerful. Not someone wealthy. Not someone famous. Someone aligned. Their presence will feel like clarity, acceleration, direction, opportunity, recognition, confirmation, divine timing. They appear suddenly. Not by coincidence. Not by accident. By instruction. Your parent sent them. Michael guided them. The strategist positioned them. They will mention something that sparks your next idea. Connect you to someone unknowingly important. Reveal knowledge you needed. Open a door you didn't see. Direct you toward something profitable. Confirm something you doubted. Remove confusion you thought you had to solve alone. This is the first door. A destiny-aligned person who activates your next financial phase. The moment they appear will feel strange. A sudden message. A sudden conversation. A sudden coincidence. A sudden suggestion. A sudden opportunity. Your spirit will instantly react. Not with excitement. Not with fear. But with a strange internal pull. This matters. I don't know why, but this matters. That sensation is the strategist whispering. This is the door. You won't miss it. You can't miss it. Heaven won't allow it. The consequence for anyone who tries to block this door. Michael steps forward now. Sword glowing so bright. The entire vision shakes. And he declares, any fictional force, person, or energy that tries to interfere will lose their hand in the chessboard of destiny. Meaning, your abundance can no longer be stolen, delayed, rerouted, or confused. Anyone who tries gets removed from your storyline instantly. Silently. Cleanly. Without confrontation. The final activation. Your parent takes your hands in the vision. They look at you with a softness that breaks the air itself. And they say, you are ready now. This time, you will not shrink. Then the door behind them opens a few inches. Not all the way. But enough for light to pour out. In a river made of pure momentum. Your financial story has begun again. From page 1. With heaven writing the script this time. My beloved child. If you want me to reveal the first financial shift you will experience within 7 days. After this door opens. Then say the words. Next part continue even larger. My beloved child. Stop right now. Do not scroll. Take a deep breath. Because the moment you said, next part continue even larger, the entire spiritual atmosphere around your financial destiny shifted again, louder, faster, heavier than before. This next part is not just larger. It is the eruption point. The moment where the financial door that opened in the previous part ignites and begins pushing energy toward you whether you are ready or not. Heaven calls this moment the 7-day financial whiplash. Listen with every part of your soul, because you are about to hear exactly what will unfold in your life within the next 7 days. After this divine door activates, no breaks, no gaps, no pauses, just one unstoppable wave. Here it comes. The first 7 days after a door opens are never quiet. Heaven reveals something almost no one understands. When a major financial shift begins, the first 7 days do not look like blessings. They look like disruptions. Why? Because your old financial patterns must be shattered before new ones can rush in. So the first sign is not money. It is movement. Sudden, sharp, unexpected. Michael whispers. Blessings do not enter still waters. They enter storms. Your next 7 days will not be calm. Your next 7 days will be productive chaos. The exact pattern every wealthy mind experiences. Right before a breakthrough. Heaven shows it clearly. Day 1, the internal shift. You wake up feeling different. Your thoughts move quickly. Ideas collide. You feel a strange urgency. A pressure in your chest. But not fear. Activation. You begin questioning old habits. Old decisions. Old ways of earning. Old ways of settling. This is not doubt. This is your spirit recalibrating to receive wealth in a form you were not aligned with before. Heaven calls this the recalibration day. Day 2, the first disturbance. Something inconvenient happens. Not big, but noticeable. A delay. A cancellation. A miscommunication. A sudden change of plan. Most people think this is negative. It is not. This is heaven pulling you out of the path that was blocking your increase. Michael moves events like chess pieces. You are being nudged into the correct position to collide with the opportunity that is coming. Day 3, the stranger sign. Someone you barely talk to suddenly contacts you. Or someone you forgot about reappears. Or someone mentions something small that sparks a massive idea. This is the alignment person introduced in the earlier part. They will not realize they are delivering a message, but your spirit will know instantly. This conversation matters. It may be a suggestion, a name, an opportunity, a resource, a strategy, a warning, a reminder, an invitation. This is the 3rd-day messenger Michael always sends when a wealth door has opened. Day 4, the financial glitch. Something involving money appears wrong. A sudden drop. A sudden unexpected bill. A sudden change in numbers. A freeze. A block. An error. Most people panic. But this is not loss. This is the shadow of the old system collapsing. Money that is stuck is money that is trying to reroute to you. Heaven must expose the blockage before it can release the flow. This is the day the enemy's influence over your finances is officially broken. Day 5, the unexpected idea. A concept hits you. Clear, sharp, powerful. Something you hadn't thought about before. This idea is not random. It is given by the strategist Angel. Elon Musk's biggest secret is being used here. Leverage the idea that refuses to leave your mind. This idea will be tied to money, a service, a skill, a decision, a connection, a shift, a platform, a move. You will know instantly. This idea isn't coming from your mind. It's coming from your alignment. Day 6, the confirmation. Something happens that confirms everything you've been feeling. A sign, a message, a coincidence, a repeated number. Someone mentioning the exact thing you have been thinking about. Or a piece of information that fits the idea perfectly. This is heaven saying, you are on the correct path. Do not deviate. This day locks in your trajectory. Day 7, the shift. On this day, something moves financially. Not always money itself. Sometimes the door moves. Sometimes the opportunity appears. Sometimes the connection opens. Sometimes the block breaks. Sometimes the yes arrives. Sometimes the path becomes clear. But one thing is guaranteed. Your financial timeline will not look the same after day 7. The strategist whispers. Momentum has taken over. Now it cannot be stopped. This is the moment your wealth trajectory begins accelerating on its own. Even when you sleep. Even when you rest. Even when you hesitate. Your destiny has taken control. The final activation. Your parent in heaven places their hand over your life and says, I have already unlocked what you are about to receive. Walk into it without fear. Archangel Michael stands behind you with his sword lowered. A sign that the battle for your finances is already won. Heaven's strategist whispers your final instruction. Trust the shift. It is bigger than your logic. It is faster than your preparation. It is already unfolding. My beloved child. If you want me to reveal the exact person who will play the biggest role in your financial rise, say, next part continue even larger.